Greetings, greetings, vloggers, bloggers, followers, and podders. Dustin here from Dustin's Dynasty, here at you today with the 300th episode of my vlog. It has been 4 years since we started Dustin's Dynasty as on a writing platform. It started a few years before that as just a website. But then during the pandemic of 2020, after I had closed a chapter that was of what is now the book that I'm closing tonight as the 300th episode, as we close the past 6 years of my life, which has been nothing but a struggle, we can move forward from where we were and realize that we need to move forward. What we started in 2020 when we closed that chapter and started being more routine with things in the summer of 2020 has now evolved into what it is today. And I cannot thank enough anyone who's been there along me with the way. So as we close the book and celebrate the 300th episode, I want to thank everybody who's been there along with me for the way. Now let's move forward with this week's vlog, and why we're calling it the 300th episode is what it is. Been there, done that, ain't ever going back. So if you've been on the platform, you've known it. I've struggled with medication as an autistic person for the past 6 years, ever since becoming independent. When I started becoming independent, I was this gung ho tough kid who just thought not what anybody said didn't matter. I didn't value what they said. I didn't realize they didn't care or supported me. But when I fell down and got in my struggles, um, that was the words I often heard. We care about you. We support you. We're here for you. Yet again and again and even again, no matter how much people wanted to help me, I was this tough kid who thought he knew everything. And just because my anxiety had been so bad that I just didn't want to face what I needed to do. And it didn't help that family was anxious as well, because not only was I making mistakes, but there was also a reality that I they didn't want to change. And I could validate the reason for not wanting change. I have had the same cocktail of medications for over 20 years. I had been in residential placement about 23 years ago and was in a doctor's office with the same doctor that was at the residential. He met in my town at the time in a small clinic. And I remember me and my parents sitting there, and that doctor said, "You don't want to rock the boat." And for 17 years we didn't. And then I broke free of their home. I moved into an apartment that wasn't quite the nicest apartment, but it was an apartment and a chance for me to be free. And I took the freedom a little too loosely, and I did whatever I did, and I didn't realize the people I was hurting in the past, the people that had concern, the family that did not sleep well, the family who was scared to death of my episodes and my manic episodes, and just the way that I was acting was not right, and I have not felt right for a very long time. I'd been through more than enough that many struggles. I have been totally not the person that I ever wanted to be or not wanted to be. There were things I didn't know about myself. That was kind of the valid reason for me wanting to play the games that with my medicine that I wanted to play. I thought, well, I want to experience this. But in the end, as time evolved on and until its last broken straw with what has happened in the past few weeks, I realized there was no matter how much I did what I did, if I needed a medicine, at least for now, to get me stable, keep me stable, and see how life is right now. Let's live life now in the moment. We've been through so much in the past 6 years. I've been so far away, and I now realize and accept and I'm honest with the truth and where it is and where I need to be. I got back into my church again after the pandemic, after all the struggles with the pandemic, and it was probably one of the best things I did to start seeing that I needed to take the way. And one of the things in the evolving last month, when since my dad had his severe stroke and is in a nursing home now, one of the biggest things that helped me was the fact of verse John 8:32. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. That was sent to me by a friend in a group from church. And when I saw that a couple weeks ago, I knew I had to start the process. But it was a little too late. I was approached by someone who I valued very much, and they shared their concerns when I was doing things that just didn't seem good or valid. And you may have followed me on here and realized what some of those were. And they were very well understood, understandably valid. And I started to understand. So from that moment, I educated. I read about the medicines that I was taking. I read about what was happening if I withdrew from them, like I was doing. And everything that was happening to me and how I was feeling was what was being said. And so it all evolved to me, and it all came to me as much as my mind is works, as smart as it is, that it doesn't, nothing that I do does good. I've experienced it all in the past 6 years from any variation of stopping without orders or not following doctor's orders or stopping medication and going on withdrawal. It does not prove anything. Now, I will say that I knew I had to ease myself back in. So I did reach out for my support and communicated that as I was very honest with her about I knew that now as in John 8:32, because now I've been a faithful person with everything that has gone on in my life, that I needed to be honest with everything, because no one can help you if you're not honest about what you're struggling. And that was one thing I always knew when I was struggling. No one can help you if you're honest. But for 6 years, I had lived in this big secret, like something wasn't right. And, I was just going to hide it from people. But I eventually realized that John 8:32 had really set in with me and realized that the truth shall set you free and make you who you are. And it really did. And so I had spent my weekend after that. It was on a Friday when I was told that I needed to get some help. I got what I need. I was told what I needed to do. And over the weekend, I took care of myself and eased myself into giving myself the care that I need. And as before on that last day, I was on a week before I was making all these erratic decisions, things that were warning signs, if you will. And so I talked with my supports, and we made the decision that I would take it easy because of course, the weekend of our Father's Day here in the States. So it's summer, and I had appointments scheduled throughout the summer, and I really haven't had time to take a lighter load in the 6 years that I've been struggling, and I just need that break for over the summer. So I decided to name it a pause. And I got that from calling one of our agencies that I work with through my employer, through the work I do. And when they're greeting, when you call them, the phone tree says, after a pause in services. So that is what I'm doing. And I didn't even think that till earlier this week when I first met with the program staff. I can take a pause. We all need a pause. These last few years have been very stressful on many people with the pandemic, with the evolution of social media. There are so many factors that to life that we just need to sometimes slow down and take care of ourselves. And I need to get myself back on track and everything in order so I can have my best life. Now, some of the things that I have done include cleaning out everything on my digital footprint. I have 3 months to do that. Not only do I clean out everything on my digital devices and everything and make it positive and customizing everything from applications, programs, systems, everything I can customize to make it work for me, I do. And I forget the past. What has happened has happened. I forgive myself. I've forgiven all the strife that I have experienced, and I move on. So I really think that, that is something that really, really encouraging and really exciting to be a part of. And I'm glad I'm having this pause. It lets me be more relaxed as I'm easing into things and getting back on track. Um, it's just really a great thing. And I'm really proud of myself for doing that and taking the time and saying, no, I can do it. I know I am. I'm very intelligent, even though I'm autistic and I do have my challenges and I have other conditions. I am very intelligent and I can advocate for myself. I do have that capability. And so far, since being told what I needed to do, I have done that. I've started getting back on track and I have been very successful except for a few things, but they're very minor in nature, just the energy. And as of any autistic person, it is a struggle, but it is way better than what it has been in a very long time. I'm very grateful for being here, and I'm grateful for the life that I have. It's taken a long journey, and just doing a whole summer of cleaning, uh, pausing and purging. So this is going to be the summer of pause and purge. And I may very well name this vlog that because I think it's very well fitting. And for 300, we did 300 episodes of where I was when I was not always myself. But now I can guarantee you with validating and confidence and honest that I am being genuine and honest, just as it says in John 8:32. It's very important to have that in your life and have for me anyway. I believe that I am a man and that is all I need to say and believe in public. I don't talk about things about that are private or not appropriate at the time. Those are things that you do that are in your personal life, and that's one of the struggles that I was facing was oversharing. And over the summer, in addition to doing all the cleaning, I'm working to get myself back on track, take time and just relax for once and feel good about myself. And then we'll start fresh and at the end of the summer when all the doctor's appointments are had, and we'll reevaluate our situation and see what we need to work on and see if we need support or where we are. We need to maybe need support. We need to, if I feel I need to be honest, this is me as my genuine, honest self. And I feel so relaxed and so comfortable right now about everything in my life that I have nothing to worry about. There have been many changes in the past year that have been positive. My work site has moved locations to a more conducive environment. We have done away with van transportation, which was very struggling, and I've had many, many struggles with it. And I broke the straw, and I learned for myself that being verbally aggressive at people, which one of the van drivers got verbally aggressive with me, and they were dismissed. And that was nothing. I'm nothing I'm proud of, and I have a lot of regret about that. But I started to start the path to work on myself. On that day, I no longer drank tea. Now we move forward to the summer of last year, when I continued to make destructive decisions, and when I broke down at work, I stopped caffeine. Now, as we're evolving, a few months ago, my dad had a severe stroke and he's now in a nursing home. I'm starting to eventually it evolves to get better and better every day. I did nearly crash, but people are here to support me. I have lots of people I know I can reach out to, and I've cut my digital footprint, and I'm working on bettering myself because this is the time for me. You can't take care of others unless you take care of yourself. And that is very important. You must take care of yourself first and foremost. And you have to. It's just something that you have to do. And I can't say enough about that. Um, I need to take care of myself and work at bettering myself in my true independent fashion in the place where I'm at right now. And it's going to begin to open the dream to better places and make me be the person who I've always wanted to be all along, whether it is at the age I am. So it has been an awesome birthday week. And it started off after getting myself back into position, I did go to our state's clubhouse conference and I learned a lot there. And I learned I can be my true authentic self. I learned that I can use whatever accommodation I need and it's perfectly fine. I don't have to live life according to someone else or what other people think about me. I don't have to let other people I don't have to feel judged by others. I can feel myself, be myself, and most of all, tell my story because that is what is the most valid. And being relaxed and being eased is one of the most beautiful things. I have learned a lot in the past 6 years, and now I'm continuing to learn, just at a more relaxed speed. And I'm appreciative and grateful for every day my feet hit the floor and I'm ready to see what this new chapter brings. It's like this new book that I'm calling my second life, or maybe my third, or however many life it is. We're closing one book. The book before was with my family. The book before was the mess, and now we're moving into the new book. We don't know what that next part of our journey is, but we'll find what it is someday. And again, I want to thank you for listening. If you want to follow me or like me, I appreciate you for all of those who follow me. You can find all my information out there on Linktree. I appreciate all of you for listening tonight. This was a very good story, and I hope you all have a nice Father's Day. We're expecting some heat around here, so if you haven't already, please be sure to take care, stay safe, hydrate, and stay cool. We'll talk again later. Bye for now.